Yandy Smith talks about the start of her career, which led up to reality TV.
Unsuper produced version of the real me. So everyone, make sure you go watch Uncensored. You will love it, and you will absolutely see a lot of who you never saw of me.
We're so excited. So at this very moment, why did you decide, okay, this time, this moment is perfect for, your journey to be shared to the world? I think it's so awesome.
I think that there are always mixed views when you do reality TV, but I feel like a lot of the reason why I'm on this show isn't because I wanted to be a star. It's not because I felt like I was reality TV golden, but I feel like I was given this platform to absolutely be able to amplify voices of marginalized communities. But I feel like there's so much other crazy that happens within an episode that you don't really get to see my real purpose for being on the show. There's been so much mess that I've been a part of for so many years. I wanted people to know my story. I wanted them to understand my hustle. I wanted them to know what made me want to fight. I wanted them to know how I was brought up, what saved my life, what, was my saving grace. All of those things you don't get to see on a reality show because that's not what's important. So I was super excited when the Uncensored opportunity came because I'm like, finally, they'll get to see some of the things that I really care about. And I'll be able to speak from my voice and not an edited storyline voice.
Right. What do you hope that, the audience take away when they're watching this episode? What do you hope to take away from your life and your career?
Well, there's so many things that I've been through that you guys just don't know. And I hope that someone is inspired to keep going. I don't know if there's anyone out there that will be watching that had parents addicted to drugs. I don't know if there's anyone that will be watching that grew up in the projects and had to figure out, how am I going to make a difference, or how am I going to be successful when every single person around me is on welfare, every single person around me is struggling. I don't know what everybody else comes from, but that's kind of what I've come from. And I wanted people to be inspired, like, yeah, you can do it too. Oh, she did it. I could do it too. Then also there's a lot of glitz and glam that comes out of entertainment and music, but you don't see the hardship. You don't see the struggle. People think everybody on TV is rich. People think every artist that finally makes it to Apple Music, or you see a video, they got it made. It's a lot of struggle. The struggle never ends. And I wanted people to see the real side so they can make a real educated decision about, is this the road you want to go down? Do you want to drop out of college to become that rapper? Do you want to quit your 9-to-5 to be an entrepreneur? All great things. You can. But it takes real struggle and hustle. I struggled. I was broke for a long time. I was interning for Mona, making $100 a week. And people thought because I was working with 50 and Busta and Missy that I was paid, that I was doing my thing. And I was, but I was broke. So I wanted to give people a real view on what life was like outside of what you see on Instagram and what you think from Love and Hip Hop.
And also in this episode airing on Sunday, which you guys make sure you watch, yes. You talk about the importance of having a great mentor. Why is it important to have a great mentor, and how can someone seek out a mentor if they're kind of lost and don't know how?
So having a mentor was absolutely what gave me my career in this business. And the thing about it is, when you look for a mentor, look for someone that encourages you to do something out of your norm. Look for someone that encourages you to do something that's hard, not something that's comfortable, and not something that you can do on your own. When I left Howard and I got into the music industry, I'd never been in music or entertainment at all. And I met Mona Scott Young and I begged for the position, but I didn't just say, hey, I want you to be my mentor. I'm gonna let you be my mentor. She was managing Missy and Busta and LL and all these amazing people. She didn't have the time just to become my mentor. A lot of people come up to us and they're like, I need a mentor. I picked you. I want you to be my mentor. No. That's not how it goes. Or even, I need a manager. I want you to be my manager. That's not how it goes. You have to be able to provide something. A manager is your manager because they ultimately want to generate income off you. And if you're a non-generating artist, then you have to figure out another way to get that manager. what you need to do if you need a mentor or if you need a manager, you need to figure out what service you can provide, right? So what I said with Mona is, when I was up there for my interview, I was told no a couple times before I got the job with her. And I said, look, I see your office is a little out of order, messy. Can I clean your office? Let me clean your office. And I will show you how I will be the best office cleaner. I will get your coffee, whatever it is that you need. I'm willing to do that because I want to be in the building.
Wow.
And I was hired to clean her office. You know, I cleaned her office. Then I was her assistant's intern. Okay. Wow. I was the intern of the assistant with a college degree. And I graduated from Howard with honors.
Wow.
Mona didn't have the time to just mentor me. I had to go to her, offer something. And then being in that presence, being in that office, I was able to be mentored. I heard every phone call. I sat in on every meeting. Then I graduated from cleaning the offices to answering the phones. When I was answering the phones, I took notes. Who does what? Who's at this agency? Who manages this artist? So eventually, when I wanted to start my own management company, I had everything in place. I had contacts in place. I had relationships in place. And I built a great rapport with so many people. But that job, that mentorship that I got from working was vital to my career. So guys, before you talk about, oh, I need you to mentor me, or before you slide in somebody's DM like, oh, I think you would be a great mentor for me, figure out how you can be assistant to them, what you can do to make their job a little easier. And then maybe they'll be more inclined to say, you know what? Yeah, come on board. I do need help with that. And you'll get all that mentorship that you need.
Wow. So, question to ask you. So, of course, I'm pretty sure you know you are super inspiring. How does it feel, knowing that people are inspired by you?
I'm always shocked. I am a super regular girl. I go to work. I raise my children. I cook dinner. I cook breakfast. I cook lunch. Right now, I'm in my office, and someone is looking at me like they need something out of my office. You need me? What is that? Oh, can you cut it off? So I am super in tune with every aspect of being a working mom. So when people look at me and they're inspired, or they're like, oh my gosh, she's awesome. Even when I used to host parties and people would be, crying or going crazy, asking for autographs, I'm like, girl, I'm just like you. Stop it, okay? Stop. I'm like, this picture ain't worth nothing but fine. I'm like, this autograph ain't worth nothing but fine. And that's the thing. Like, I don't have an exceptional talent where I sing like, Whitney Houston or anything, or I don't play basketball super well where it's just like, oh, she's exceptional. Like, those are the people that I'm like, oh my gosh, they have exceptional talent. They're amazing. I am really a mom. I'm really trying to figure out how to do this virtual schooling thing. I'm trying to figure out how to be a great wife. I go through it with my husband all the time. I get on his nerves. I nag him. He nags me. Get on my nerves. My kids, sometimes I want to wring their necks, but I love them to death. I struggle with mommy guilt when I have to travel for work. If any of that inspires someone, because I still push through all of that, I'll take it, But there's nothing about me that I feel like is like super exceptional. I'm so just like everyone else out there. And I just hope that people understand, like, there's nothing exceptional that's about me. So anything that I've been able to accomplish, you can too. I wasn't like the super great student when I was in high school. I was able to get a scholarship to Howard from the Gap corporate office simply because I interned there as well. And I just worked hard. I was the first one there after school, and then I was one of the last ones to leave. I didn't have like exceptional grades on my tests, none of that. I worked hard. And there's so many people out there that work hard that can also be exactly where I am.
Well, I am even more excited now to just watch on Sunday. just by hearing you speak. Oh my gosh. What was it like for you, the experience for you working on this project with TV1? What was that? How was that?
It was great. It was really, really good. I've always, whenever I shot, well, I really only shot Love and Hip Hop for the most part, but when we shoot, we're always super nervous about the story that's going to be told. We're always nervous about how it's going to be edited, what it's going to look like. And finally I figured out, like, oh wait, this is not something that's highly produced and highly. Skylar, I know you want your oodles and noodles. Can you ask Ron to put the water on? I'm coming. My daughter is like, I want snack time from school, huh? Because it's no more water. Okay, ask him to he boil some more water. I'm sorry. Sorry. But it's like I lost my train of thought. Oh, so it was great because I realized, like, oh, this is just about me. This is not about what you want the end goal to be, the story you want to be promoted about me. This is straight me and a producer, or me and the camera, and it was just my truth. And I appreciated that. Like, it was like, whatever you want to talk about, that's what we're going to talk about. Tell us some things we don't know. Tell us about you growing up. What was it like with your dad? What was it like with your mom? Talk about grant projects. Talk about getting evicted. So I've never talked, like, there are people out here that are so embarrassed. They've gotten evicted and whatever has happened. We were evicted from the project. It ain't nothing more embarrassing than that. Like, you ain't supposed to get evicted from the projects. That was not supposed to happen. You know, having all of your pictures and everything laid outside in front because everything done got removed outside and everybody knows you were evicted. That's embarrassing. But look, I'm here now. I'm good. I'm not getting evicted ever. You know, so it's just like, and that's not on wood, by the grace of God. I hope I never get evicted. But those are some of the things that I appreciated being in a safe space and a comfortable space to talk about.
I also want to ask you as well now, in this episode coming up, we talk about, you know, working life, parenting, kind of balancing out everything, which I think you do amazing. Great job at, by the way.
Really? With my daughter that keeps speaking in?
You're doing amazing. What advice can you give, you know, to working mothers, entrepreneurs, or executives, or anyone out there who is trying to balance out life like you are?
I'm going to tell you the truth. There is and will never be a balance. There is no balance. And just get used to knowing there is no balance. Some days babies will get 90%, work will get 10%. Some days husband, work will get 60%, babies will get 40%. Some, you know, there will never be a balance. What we have to learn how to do is prioritize. And every day we have to be okay with the decisions that we make and hope that they move us forward. They progress our families, they progress our business, they progress our mental health, our spirituality. And that's just what it is. Like, do we suffer with mommy guilt? Absolutely. I do all the time. Have I balanced, you know, dealing with having to travel and my kids? No. When I'm on the plane, my husband is like, hey, the computer cut off. I don't know what to do. I can't get back on a virtual line. And I'm like, well, I'm checking in. I got to put the phone down. And then I'm stressed out. I'm on the plane crying because I'm like, he probably didn't figure out how to get the computer back on. It's what happens. It is what happens. And we have to be okay with being okay with that. I'm on this interview. I've been sitting in interviews now for the past hour and a half. I'm like, don't give me any interviews before 12 o'clock because my kids are in homeschool until 12 o'clock. And even now, I'm like, okay, Skylar, I'm going to boil water for your lunch. And I told somebody, I'm like, take the water off. And she wants this soup. And I said, Amir, you're going to do your homework. Don't come down here. Give me an hour and a half. They keep busting in. Somebody's looking at me now. What do you need? Hi. Okay. So because I'm talking about you, I can put you in. So for reasons like this, I'm going to always be on the front line. I'm always going to fight because I want to make sure she always goes up to know that mommy thought that she mattered. Mommy thought that she was...
Mommy, can I get my shirt?
Okay, yeah, in 1 second. And then I want to make sure that I never just lay down and take what this government or this nation deems is okay for her or for my son, you know? So I want to make sure that I'm always out there fighting and being an advocate for her future. Be careful with these, honey. So that's why. So perfect timing with that question because she walked in and probably needed something. Do you need something? Are you okay?
That's amazing.
I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm almost done and I'm going to go up there and I'm going to make your soup.
Do you want me to get Amir?
So I want you to get Amir?
Yeah.
No, he's fine. Okay.
She is so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And one last question. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
We're moving.
You're moving?
She about to tell all my business if I let her. She's gonna tell. We've just bought a house, so she's about to tell all the business.
In Atlanta.
There she
Okay.
goes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And one last question. What advice can you give to someone who is struggling with the word no, who wants to chase their dreams and be just like you? And also, what other projects do you have coming up?
So no is a part of my everyday vocabulary. I am told no more often than I am told yes. Every single thing that I've tried to do from when we created Love and Hip Hop, my client was like, it first started off as Keeping Up with the Joneses. And my client was like, this is not going to work. They're too intrusive. And I thought I was going to lose my deal. So I came to Mona like, Mona, I need help. He doesn't want to shoot this show anymore. And that was a no. And I didn't just end it and say, you know what, VH1, here's your money back. I'm done. I decided that I was going to push through. I was going to cry my tears. And I was going to find a way to make this show happen. Later on, it evolved to be Love and Hip Hop. And 10 years later, it's still kicking down doors and it's still here. My skincare line, I invested in a whole line at first that was like papaya scent, strawberry scent, cucumber melon. Broke me right on out. Had all type of dry patches, rashes, and everything. And I had to do it all over again. So that was another no. All this to say, sometimes you fail. Sometimes you mess up. Sometimes you make a mistake. But you got to push through. And are you tired? Sometimes you got to push through and keep it moving. And that no will eventually turn into a yes. That door that shuts, eventually you'll see a crack in the door, a crack in the window that you can climb through. And you guys all know what happened with my husband. Any given moment through that depression, I could have shut down and said, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. I give up. I can't. But I had, girl, you want to go lay down? I could have given up. But you got to push through because there's always something amazing on the other side when you push through. Might take time, but there's something to push through too.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
This is so amazing. Yandy, thank you so much for talking to me.
No
I think
problem.
it's so amazing with everything that you're doing. Everything. You're very, very inspirational, motivational.
You're doing that on purpose.
You're welcome.
Stop being serious.
You guys, make sure you all tune into TV One this Sunday to watch Yandy Smith Harris episode airing on Uncensored. Tune in. Be tuned in the entire time. Don't forget it.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
It was going to be awesome. Thank you both. Bye.
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 Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.